enjoyed the last sweet brunch recipe so much, I'm going to make another one. Glazed Cherry Almond Rolls. They're almost like eating a glazed cherry-filled donut, but they're made with store-bought dinner rolls, and I just think they're absolutely brilliant. So I'm making the cherry filling that's going to go inside the rolls. I started with a cup of cherry preserves, and I have some chopped frozen cherries. Lots and lots of cherry flavor in this skillet right now. And then a couple of tablespoons of butter. And I'm adding about a teaspoon of almond extract just to really drive home that almond flavor. And I just want to heat this up until the butter is melted and it starts to sizzle. This is an amazing recipe for brunch for two reasons. First of all, yes, you can make it ahead of time. But second of all, the dinner rolls that I use are such a great shortcut. They're soft, they're kind of slightly sweet naturally, and so you don't have to make yeast dough, you don't have to, to go through all the process of mixing and letting it rise. And by the time you fill them, bake them, glaze them, you would not even know that they're not completely homemade. All right, you hear that sizzle? That is a very good sign. I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I will come over to the rolls, and you can see that I used the package of store-bought rolls, and I cut them in half through the center. And I'm going to spoon this very sweet, very sticky, very cherry-forward cherry mixture all over the surface. Okay, that's the cherries. So now I'll put the tops on, get them ready to bake them, and make an almond coconut sprinkle. So the tops go on, then I'll brush them with 3 tablespoons of melted butter and sprinkle over a tablespoon of coarse sugar. Then I'll cover them with foil and put them in to bake at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Meantime, I'll add half a cup of sliced almonds to a sheet pan, along with half a cup of coconut chips, and mix them together. Back to the oven, I'll uncover the rolls, put them back in along with the almonds and coconut chips, and bake them for another 10 minutes. Then when the rolls are golden and the coconut and almonds are toasted, I'll take them out to cool. The rolls and the sprinkle are all ready, so I'm going to make a cream cheese glaze. I've got cream cheese, powdered sugar, some milk, a little vanilla extract, and melted butter. It really helps the texture of the glaze. Now I'm going to let the hand mixer turn this into a smooth mixture. Ooh, it looks just perfect. Smooth, thick, creamy, and I know it's sweet. So I've got the rolls, so I'll get some in a little measuring cup, and then just kind of start drizzling. It does not have to be perfect, just kind of back and forth. You can also put it in a piping bag if you want to be more precise. This is turning out to be more of a rustic proposition than I intended, so I'm just going to kind of top everything with this delicious glaze, which is kind of more like an icing now. Wow, wow, wow. And grab a little spatula and spread it. It kind of looks like a cake. All right, and then you're probably wondering when this sprinkle is going to come in. I had to wait until I had this icing on top, and then you get these real crispy little bits of coconut and almond. My goodness. Now, in terms of making these ahead of time, you can totally make them the day ahead and just wrap the pan in plastic wrap, keep them in the fridge, and then just pull them out and let them return to room temperature before you serve them. Speaking of serve them, look at these. It is very much like a cherry-filled donut, a cherry sweet roll, a cherry cake. Yes, yes, and yes. Any of those scenarios is very brunch friendly.